fucking temper.
Nope, I agree. And with that said, some inside scoop that, and I think it's a great idea. I hear that Teresa is seeking therapy, probably for her anger and what she's been through. And yeah, so good. I'm glad if that's the truth, which usually what we say usually comes true. I'm glad that she is seeking help. And I'm sure Luis, and his sisters probably pushed her to do so. And it's probably part of a storyline, but she definitely needs some help. I have a challenge for Teresa at the end of this, just so you all know. I have a challenge for her. Miss Fair, the fairest one of all, mirror, mirror. I have a challenge for Teresa. So we'll talk about that at the end. We'll save that for the end.
Okay, we'll save it for the end. So you heard she's in therapy now?
Yes.
For what?
I'm going to venture to say for her anger, because it's not normal for people to throw drinks at people, carry on. I had just done a show where they had asked me if something about her and I said, she's gotten worse since all the things that happened to her. I'll repeat to everyone so you could know what happened to Teresa in the last couple of years. Her father-in-law died of a heart attack on their property. Her mother passed away at a very young age.
Right after
her father passed away. She went to jail. Joe went to jail. And then Joe got deported. And she's still standing up, bullying people, carrying on like an animal, spinning around saying she's this has not humbled her at all. If anyone needs therapy, she does. I mean, for God's sakes, what would it take for this woman to humble herself a little bit? My God. I mean, I've never seen anything like it. I really haven't. So it is what it is.
Well, maybe this is just her defense mechanism, that this is what she has to do to survive.
Okay, David.
I mean, David. There's so many.
We can agree to disagree.
But I'm just playing devil's advocate. There's so many things that just happened to her. I mean, how do you deal with that? You either drink yourself to sleep or death. You either induce yourself with crack and drugs and cocaine and uppers and downers and they just become a drug addict. You just stay in your bed. I mean, this is a lot to deal with. Maybe just being a crazy terror to the outside world is your way of dealing and numbing the pain. We all do it. You and I shop till we drop.
That's what I do.
I drink alcohol. I like to drink my vodka.
I don't drink alcohol too, because I only drink once in a blue moon, but I have a half.
Well, you shop. I shop second. I work. Work is my defense mechanism.
Exactly. And I shop.
Throw myself into this podcast and work 24/7 till the fact.
And you know what? And I have my dogs. You have to understand, when I was at David's house just recently, I woke up in the morning. I don't cry, everyone. I'm not like, you don't see me cry. So I woke up in the morning, I start crying and I'm like, I miss my dogs. And I know that sounds really crazy. I was only there that one day and one night. And I calmed myself down. I got in the shower. I deal with anxiety. I've been talking about this for a while, my thyroid situation, which people have been coming to me and asking me about my thyroid. So I'm glad I'm helping people. I gave them my doctor's number. So I wake up, I push myself to breakfast. I go meet our friends for lunch. I basically broke down at the table and I had to go home, but I missed my dogs. They're my therapy. They're my soul. So not only do I shop and whatever, which David and I both have that addiction. Thank God I have no other addictions. I love my animal. Look at them. They're all over. Look, they're just all over me. You got Lila, you got Scarlet, you got Posh. This is all on my chair. You got Versace and Bella. I mean, they're on the chair with me, Ooh. So, I do have that. And you don't see me running around bullying people and screaming and yelling and carrying on. I dealt with a lot too. Not as much as her, but it's all relative. I just lost my mom, lost my father. I have no family left. So it is what it is. She's still a vicious person. Vicious.
You're like, it's no excuse. It's no excuse to be vicious.
She's downright vicious.
Well, listen, if this rumor that you say that you've heard is true, you were right about Joe Gorga in this whole slumlord thing, for lack of a better word.
Yeah.
I hope you're right about Teresa selfishly in the fact that she's getting therapy, because that will be great to watch. Because let me tell you something, there's no way that this girl is in therapy and RHONJ says, go have your private time. Like this will be a fucking storyline. This will be a storyline.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, I hate to be so selfish, but for all these wonderful people listening, I really hope Teresa Giudice is in therapy, and they are that will be her storyline. Could you imagine what comes out of her mouth when the doors are closed in front of this therapist?
She'll argue with the therapist. I predict an argument.
The therapist is going to say,
she's going to argue with the therapist,
and he'll say, she will say, can you give me examples of your anger? She'll be like, I flipped a fucking table on Danielle, stop. And they'll be like, well, that was 10 years ago. What's the problem, honey? And she's like,
and how about when she told Danielle to pull Margaret's ponytail? People keep forgetting that. People keep forgetting that.
You know who doesn't forget that? You know who doesn't forget that?
Margaret.
Miss Margaret Joseph does not forget that.
Well, she's still hitting like on Teresa's thing. So there's something going on here. We'll figure that out. Me and you will figure that out.
What else?
One more story, and then I know you got scooped.
I heard some shit too. Go on.
This story came in yesterday from a close friend. You are going to love this story.
Oh boy.
It's about your ex-friend, Jen Aydin.
Oh, tell me.
There was a birthday party and everyone was there. Teresa came with Luis. Jen Aydin was there with Bill. Dolores was there with her significant other. What's his name again?
Paulie.
See, I'm having brain fog, guys. Okay. Well, this girl's very pretty blonde. And Jennifer Aydin's Bill was looking at her. And Jennifer Aydin had been friendly with this girl before. She's part of the group. And all of a sudden, she sees Bill looking at her. Now, this girl's with her boyfriend, who she's crazy about. And Jen Aydin pulled a snoop, so mad, and like pulled like Bill away and wouldn't look at this girl for the rest, and was really mean to her for the rest of the night. This girl had nothing to do with it. She was with her boyfriend. She wouldn't give Bill Aydin, she wouldn't look at him, okay? But this just happened. And when she was telling me the story, I'm like, it sounds just like, so here's the thing. All that glitters isn't gold, people. Once your husband does what he does, and of course, David and I found out it wasn't just once. Every time he looks at another woman, you're going to always think in your gut. So this came directly from what she just did to somebody. And she was overly rude and overly mean and overly you could just see it. It was plain as day that she was ticked off that she caught him staring at her.
With this party, it sounds like it's going to be filmed, whether it makes it or not. It sounds like it was
I
filmed.
don't know, because it's not a cast member.
It was somebody's birthday.
Somebody's